Hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, friends, whenever, wherever you're coming from. Welcome. Tonight, this is normally the Retoken community call, and I am joined by a very young co-host tonight, our lovely daughter, Brooke. So we will see how well that she does for the live stream. And this is, again, Retoken, normally our community call, but this is functionally a community takeover by Token Summit. We have had on Retoken roadmap to deliver a virtual summit for real estate tokenization. And that's one of the things, not necessarily here on DAO Day coming up, but we will absolutely be represented. The most recent snapshot proposal, I believe, was TDP 24, where we agreed as a community to get behind Token Summit. So we're actually a sponsor, the very first sponsor of Token Summit, and we are planning 2/22/22, February 22nd. We are proclaiming that as DAO Day. And this is now our 7th working group for planning Token Summit. And then we are planning after 2/22, we're planning a 3-day virtual summit on 6, 21, 22, and 23 in June. And then we're going to follow that format in October as well. So let's go ahead and jump into our agenda. And this is something that we'll probably have to talk through because I don't think that Mrs. Yonks and I got prepared on the front side. But one of the things that we were talking about doing prior to our going live here tonight is setting up D-Work. And Julie has had a little bit of experience. She was actually tracking that, and you can see I created a profile. And let me make this a little bit bigger here so that everybody can see it. This is a brand new Web3 Kanban board similar to Trello. And let me digress real quick because I think that that's a solid thing to show everybody here. Because again, this is Retoken community call takeover by Token Summit DAO. And let me change to the roadmap board. This is our main board that we do task management in, and this is our roadmap board here. And you can see we had one item on our roadmap, which is our virtual summit that we are delivering via Token Summit DAO. So what is everybody's thoughts about setting up this D-Work for Token Summit? We've got in our tokenomics, this is Notion. This is where we've been doing a lot of tracking and collaborating as far as like one of the things that's occupied a good amount of time is the event planning guidebook. And this is something that Tyler and I, just a few hours ago, we were on a conversation with Bigmarker. And this is one of the biggest decisions that we need to make here very soon, like probably tonight. I would feel good making a decision tonight. You want to talk on some of thoughts here, Tyler, with where we're at?
Yeah, absolutely. So can you please pull up tokensummit.xyz real fast? Because this is something that I wanted to go over with the team. And also, thank you so much, Dax and D-Sign. I'm not sure if either of you are on the call right now, but they have both been putting in just an incredible amount of work and effort into building us a great website, and they're working really fast. So we appreciate both of you so much. So a couple things. If you could, babe, if you can please scroll down to the part at the bottom with the ticket sales. This, just right there. So a couple things that we wanted to look at. We, Jason and I made a couple of internal conversations that we wanted to propose to the team and see what you guys think. Number one, we wanted to obviously do the NFT ticketed events, but then we wanted to make the availability of tickets only through partnered communities And if people come in randomly, we'll probably just put them through Retoken. But we really want it to be truly community owned. So if you're XYZ community, we don't want to be turning around and competing with you and trying to get people to come through us, and then you're trying to get people to come through you. So we want to make this truly community owned. So that was a conversation that we had that we wanted to see what you guys thought. We've kind of narrowed it down to bigmarker.com and hopin.com are the two platforms that seem like they make the most sense. They have similar functionalities. Hopin looks like a really clean out of the box event. When we were talking to the Big Marker guy, we were asking him what the main differences were. And what he had pointed out was Hopin kind of makes every event look and feel the same. That's their branding. It's you plug in speakers, you plug in events, you plug in times. They actually have a lot of the same functionality in terms of saying Bob Smith is going to be speaking at 10 o'clock. Add that to your calendar, and you can talk to these speakers for private networking in this back room, or you can have multiple sessions going on at the same time, or you can upload certain pre-recorded content if you want to. So a lot of their functionality is the same. The two big differences between Hopin and Big Marker were one of the things that we really liked about Big Marker is they've got some cheaper options that we can start with, and although we're waiting for the final price here. And the second thing that we really liked was we have more customizability and functionality. So a couple things on neither of them are crypto native. Neither of them has a login with your wallet. Both of them enable us to just upload names and emails on a spreadsheet and just say, these are the registrants. I think we'd have a good experience with either one. What Jason and I were proposing to the team was using Big Marker for the first one because they have webinar capabilities. And if we end up building out the video classes and some of the things that we could create revenue for Retoken and Token Summit DAO and some of the other programs, we could use Big Marker as the gate for that. And then if we end up blowing out and having a huge event for June and on, then Hopin might be a better platform. So that's kind of what we had thought through. I'm sorry, everything was a little chaotic. We were scheduling stuff on the fly at like 2 a.m. And so thank you, Amy, Julie, everybody else that was able to jump on these calls last minute. Sorry we didn't give you guys more notice. But the functionality is actually pretty similar. I think we'd have a good experience with either one. We're waiting for the final pricing to come in from Big Marker. And then after that, we can just make a decision. But we do want to get that going here pretty quickly. My only minor concern about Big Marker is that because it is customizable, that it might be a little bit slower and we don't have a lot of time. So that aside, I'm feeling pretty confident with the tech support and all of the community support and everything that we're going to be getting from both of them. And I think we'd be set up for success with either one. Prince, welcome. Good to see you here. Glad you could join us.
Yeah, and this is actually the channel that have already set up in Big Marker. They have a free trial and was just going through some of the process. And I don't know what this would look like as far as for the event. I think that we would have, and I don't know if that would show up under here as far as a series like here, and then this would get customized and let me see what the view landing page actually looks like here. So let me open this in a private window. So this is what we would get customized for our event coming up here. And I think that can be customized quite a bit as far as the on a per event basis from the sounds when we were talking to the Big Marker team earlier.
Yeah. Can I ask a question? Have we decided not to use social? I think we had a call on last Monday.
Socia was really expensive. They had a $7,000 minimum per event, and that was for 250 registrants. So their platform looked incredible. They're backed by SO. They have a lot of really cool features, but that was just really pricey.
Yeah, and looking here, this is the table that we've been using to assist with the evaluation process, because Big Marker is now the 6th tool that we've looked at in this space. And this is, again, the Notion page. Let me actually share this in the Zoom chat so that everybody can, if they can see it or want to look at it along their own dynamic. And then again, the thoughts are that we need to make a decision like here within the next, I think, 24 hours, because one of the things that I've been advocating to Mrs. Yonks is the opportunity and the need to just like focus on getting the details in the event technology platform, whether that's Hopin or Big Marker, and then just keeping it very simple. And when I say very simple, let me actually navigate over here. And this is a private window. And this is something that Dax and I were working a little bit earlier along with Mrs. Yonks on this landing page for Token Town. And Token Town will functionally be Token Town / Retoken will functionally be the first sponsor of, and this is actually something that we can work on getting set up, because right now, as you can see, and this is the what we've been talking about, is only having the 2 ticket opportunities for DAO Day coming up here on 02/22/22. And to be clear, like these NFTs that I created here are mere placeholders. I would really like to see some better, more creative art, but as most of you know, that's not something that I spend a lot of time with. So I just take what I got and kind of slap it together, but it does paint a picture as far as when I'm talking about a very simple website. And that's one of the things that we can actually do during tonight's working group, just to kind of fill in some gaps a little bit. This website right now, tokentown.tokensummit.xyz, absolutely does have functionality where if somebody wanted to buy the basic ticket right now, they could go through that process on Token Town. And that's one of the things that's so fabulous about how easy Unlock protocol is. And that's one of the things that you will see from firsthand experience. And to fill in the gap a little bit, I was actually on a meetup for ETH Builders New York. And I think some of you probably saw the AMA that Tyler and I were on from the WGMI community here just a couple days ago. That's also something that we live streamed on the Retoken DAO YouTube channel. And Texas Farmer, from the founder of WGMI community, allowed Tyler and I to have the stage functionally at the ETH Builders New York meetup last night, because that would be, I think, a fabulous partnered community, whether they get on board for DAO Day coming up here. I think from a meetup number standpoint, they've got like over 2,500. I think last night on the Zoom, there was probably anywhere from 8 to 14 people for an almost 2-hour Zoom session. And one of the things that we did last night was create the unlock key for the basic ticket here. And let me actually just go to the Token Summit browser window, and you can see right here, I'm actually on the Unlock Protocol dashboard, and you can see the little basic ticket here. So this, should we just go ahead while we're here, go ahead and create the lock for the second ticket right now? What does everybody think?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Okay, let's do it. So you can see here, so one of the things, and to rewind and before I do this, and this is to build up a little anticipation of an exciting thing, because there's a little bit of history, like those of us that were participating in Token Town This is the same technology that we use for, or the same platform, the same protocol, unlock protocol for our Token Town founding citizen NFT. And we just fairly recently did a smart contract upgrade on that. And we still have a loose end that we need to tie up on that because there's technically now 2 NFTs, but that's another conversation for another day. So the question is here, this is the NFT ticket, the basic one. And over here, that's the, and I don't know if we really want to call it the basic ticket. I didn't call it that on the smart contract. And I'm not exactly sure where this description sits, if it actually exists on the blockchain or not. Go ahead, Tyler.
I think that was just something that DSign used as a placeholder until we gave him an actual name. So I don't think that was ever supposed to be the name. It was just something to put in there. We talked on our last call about basic. Yeah, if we just called it NFT Pass, I think that's good. NFT and then NFT Gold or whatever.
So do we want, so let's go ahead and create the lock right now. So we're going to create the second lock. And right now, just to provide a little additional frame of reference, and this is one of the opportunities that we need to figure out from a process standpoint, probably not as so much for DAO Day coming up here for February, but I would really like to see us potentially have dozens or 100 plus, or maybe even more partnered communities for our upcoming season 1 Token Summit 622 in June 21st, 22nd, 23rd. But this right here, we're on the Token Summit ETH, and this is tokensummit.eth is the hot wallet that we are using for Token Summit DAO. Like one of the, this is where the tokens sit currently. And whenever we get our multi-sig wallet set up for Token Summit DAO, which hopefully will be here within the next few days or within the next week, we'll move these tokens off of here. But I was just providing a little additional frame of reference, and the opportunity to circle back on that is figuring out how that we want to handle this process. And the more that we can automate this, the better that it will be. So that's something that we, depending on what kind of scale, but right now it's going to be a manual process. So let's go ahead and move on with creating the lock. I'm going to get this on the clipboard for one of the parameters that we've got. So we're going to call this, and do we want to call it NFT gold ticket?
Yeah, like.
Okay, so, and I think that, I don't know if we can specify the key duration here, or if this is something that we need to modify right now just to keep some type of differentiation. And this is something that we can identify as a next action. So I don't know if you're able to, Tyler, on our agenda, add that as an item to find out. But let's go ahead and make this 365 days. Go ahead, Tyler.
Did you want that? You want that on Notion?
Yeah, for the agenda for tonight, until we get a better place to park that. So, and because we really want this to be unlimited, and I don't know if we can use the little infinity sign in here or not, but we can again make this so that we can figure out when we do the next one. So here's another decision that we need to make right now, is the ability to limit this. And since this is functionally for Token Town, which we have strong representation from a governance standpoint, we have the opportunity of limiting this. And this is, again, just to think about how that we want this to go from conversations, because one of the things that we're wanting to do here is to create a blueprint that we can just stamp out repeatedly with all of these partnered communities. So this is one of the opportunities that the partnered community will also have the decision to make. So what do we want to do for a key quantity from a limit standpoint? Like 25, 50? I mean, I don't think that we'll sell out.
Are we thinking that this would be the people that are under our community? Is that
Correct.
what it is? That's the
Yes.
number?
Yeah.
I do have a suggestion. I know you mentioned that you want community involvement and they sign up in those communities. And I'm thinking for those that don't belong in any of those communities but wanted to join, they can actually sign up under us.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, it's a great idea. I don't know if that's going to end up being, should we put them under Token Summit or under Retoken?
I mean, that's up for us to decide. I mean, like, you know, we're the Genesis team here, and because one of the things too, to just paint a bigger picture here, Amy, one of the opportunities that I think that we have to grow this organically over time and to really amplify a hybrid event type of experience is, imagine like you there in your neck of the woods want to set up your own local meetup group where, you know, you could potentially grow your own Token Summit DAO or Amy's DAO or whatever that you wanted to call your local meetup group, and then the opportunity to partner in this, or, you know, like if Team Yonks, like that's one of the things that we're being very intentional about with Yonks as far as a branding strategy. If we wanted to create our own like yonks.tokensummit.xyz, that's something that we could absolutely do very easily with this partnered community program. And you'll see how easy that this is here, because we could walk through whatever process that we want. I mean, we've got 2 hours allocated for tonight's working group. And if people need to bounce off early, that's fine. One of the things too, and remind me about Coordinate, I'm just going to put that out there. But one of the things that's very different about this working group compared to the other ones is that we're wanting to shift with Coordinate, and we have a very large budget allocated in our tokenomics, the tune of 770,777 that we've got allocated for budget for this week of Coordinate, because anyway, that's another conversation. We'll talk more about Coordinate later, but so that's kind of the opportunity to really grow this out, the partnered community aspect, and that's one of the things that we. Go ahead, Amy.
I understand what you're meaning about growing out, but I'm talking about for this month. Like, why not? I don't want to lose anybody, is what I'm saying. If they don't belong in any of those communities, do we not take them in?
No, we could just like send them to tokentown.token
That's
summit.
that's really what I wanted to. I don't want to lose anybody.
Yeah, that's a great idea, Amy. That's what we want to do. Is what we. I think that the whole thought on this was that if somebody comes in randomly, sure, we'll push them through Tokentown. What we wanted to tell our communities is we're not going to be running Facebook ads, Google ads, Instagram ads, like, you know, pushing out there and saying like, hey, everybody come to our website. And by the way, if you're XYZ DAO, then you're on your own to push your community. We're saying communities, you push out first. Anybody that wanders in, you know, fine. But we are trying to push everybody through communities so that the communities can make more money and not feel like we're competing with them. And then if that's a home run, awesome. If it is a total failure, then we can kind of revamp that. But we really want to start with saying we think it's going to be a home run. That's why I want to do it that way.
Yeah, and then the opportunity of just keeping it more simple right now. And I mean, you can see it doesn't get much more simple. And I'm not saying that this is the page that we're going to end up with. Right now, I'm wanting to get something functional in place where we can actually deliver like somebody buying a ticket for our event. And that's one of the things that I'm pretty sure that this functionality, I didn't personally want to buy a basic ticket, but I do want to buy the NFT gold ticket, be the first ticket holder myself for our own event. And that's one of the things that we'll be able to do here very soon. But coming back here, I think the question we need, and I think that we can change this if we wanted to, but I would really like to create a dynamic where we have to do very little changes after the fact. Because I think that it's a lot easier to do on the lock creation than doing it after the fact.
Well, if we can edit it later on, then just stick it on 100, and then will it say sold out? If all those tickets get sold out, will they unlock protocol let us know that somebody else is wanting to be in and we're out of tickets?
I mean, this is something that I'm sure, Amy, we're going to be checking whether, and this is again, like we've been using unlocked protocol, but as you know, that's got a one wrapped Ethereum, which is a large chunk for somebody to do. So we haven't had a lot of movement on that NFT, which has been our only experience. So this will be a very different dynamic, but I'm quite okay. Like if we're good with just that 100 number, selling more than 100 of this gold ticket, that would be a fabulous problem to have. Because how many Tyler do we need to sell of the upgraded pass for this initial event to be profitable for us?
If I think it's something like 35 tickets or something like that. It's not very many. So if we just say that we're going to spend $1,000 on the platform, and a Matic ticket is around $40, or 22 Matic is around $40, then 25 times 40 is $1,000. So 25 basic tickets at 22 Matic breaks us even. So it's a pretty low barrier to just cover our costs, and that's not any gold passes, no upsells, no sponsors, no anything. So
and just to recap, like one of the things that we're doing for this mini summit here is we're actually not even providing any sponsorship opportunities for the mini summit. We're gearing people, if they believe in what we're doing, to sponsor the Token Summit 622 event coming up on June 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. And then if the early adopters, the early sponsors that get on board with this vision by DAO Day, they'll have exposure opportunity there and can participate in whatever manner that they would like to participate for this upcoming event. And then, of course, when we're talking about breaking even, that's not factoring in any compensation to the team as well. And so anyway, let's press on, because I want to come back to the conversation as far as compensation for our team, because that's something that we definitely want this to be. We're saying two things, like two objectives of this conference is, number one, for it to be fun. Number two, for it to be profitable for ourselves and profitable for the partner communities. And as we relayed, and I do want to actually, because this is a call to action. Right now, we still have some people on the Genesis team that still have not voted on our snapshot proposal. Snapshot, for those that may or may not be familiar, is the governance framework that we are using here at Token Summit DAO. And I'm going to make this bigger for everybody's benefit on the live stream here. So I'm going to connect my wallet here. I've actually already voted on this one myself, but you can see here Token Summit DAO, and it gets sorted after I connect my wallet with the spaces that I've joined. And Token Summit DAO has the little one next to it. And this is our Genesis proposal. So if you haven't voted on it, please do that. The time ends on February the 4th at 4:20 Mountain Time. And that's a significant time, because hopefully during that time slot, we'll be actually participating in the Metapod competition that we submitted for. And I'm not going to go off on that tangent, but let's see how many people have voted here. And hopefully we'll see this number go up, scrolling down to the very bottom. So we've only had 6 people. Oh. Go ahead, Tyler.
Blair said he just voted, so that should be 7. And then something I wanted to ask was, Dax, I don't remember, were you the one that set up Collabland on Retoken? I don't know if you have the ability to set that up here. Collabland is a bot that lets people who have the token in their wallet automatically get assigned to be token holders. So obviously it can be manual. right now, but we don't want it to be, because if we have 10 holders, it doesn't matter. If we have 10,000 holders and people are in and out and whatever, we want to keep track of who our token holders are in an automated way.
Yeah, we could set that up on Token Summit DAO. I'll back channel Jason. I need some permissions or some access in order to be able to do that. So
I think we got you bumped up, Dax, because Tyler asked me about that the other day, and I just made an adjustment on that here for you the other day. So
okay, then we're good to go. Then I'll take care of it.
And I'm gonna post this in the and I'm seeing Poopster's comment there that you did. I think I saw that you voted. I'm gonna throw this in there and pin it on the channel. I don't think that I can have two pins, and this is something else that I wanted to show. This is our forum tool. This is I really like this tool. And I don't know if we want to explore Commonwealth. Commonwealth.im is another one that looking at using also at BUIDL Embassy. But this is what Commonwealth is utilized by a lot of. I did it personally, like the user experience and the user interface quite as much as Metaphoro, but wanted to show this to everybody here. One of the things that was pretty cool, and I don't know if Commonwealth has that capability, but Metaphoro does have the capability through Everpay of having some integration, like a tip type of functionality. So that's one of the things that will be fun to explore. And as we have more success here with Token Summit DAO, I know the tip.cc bot is utilized quite a bit. I think it's got a fairly high barrier of entry right now, like $1,000. So Julie was saying, I like Metaphoro in the Zoom chat. And I don't know if anybody else has used Commonwealth, but that's another, again, I would really like to explore before we get too far down the rabbit hole. And one of the things coming back to the Genesis proposal that we didn't do yet, and this would be something that we would need to update here, but in the governance process right now, the initial voting, we're still doing a create Discord poll with Seshbot. And that's something that we haven't had a need for that yet, but people that have participated in Retoken are familiar with that. And the goal with the forum conversation would be to replace the Discord and make the community more platform agnostic. Because I think the opportunity for us doing that more intentionally, and that's one of the things I think that it's been somewhat to the detriment how much that the Web3 ecosystem has leaned into Discord. I think it's important to use and to know how to use Discord, but we've received so much feedback that it's just so confusing for the uninitiated, as I like to call it. But anyway, getting back here, this is something I don't want to spend a lot of time on. If people are interested, I think the opportunity to spin up Commonwealth, it literally took like a minute or two to create the Token Summit DAO. We do have one opportunity, and I don't know if necessarily think we need to invoke that if we're gonna decide to explore Commonwealth. What does everybody think? I mean, do we want to just make a decision? Should we explore Commonwealth? I'm open to hear everybody's thoughts.
Can we do this after the DAO day? I don't want everybody else focused, kind of redirected somewhere
I'm
else.
swimming in a sea of applications right now. And someone who is used to using a lot of platforms, I'm even getting a little confused.
No problem. We'll put it on the shelf. I hear everybody, and so we will shelf that. And I don't know. I can also shelve changing the DAO governance workflow here. I do like the opportunity of, and everybody knows that I'm kind of a geek as far as doing some of the backlinking and content strategy. And that's another opportunity that we have as well. Like, and Tyler and I started playing around a little bit. Like we have a mirror.xyz, and this is the tokensummit.eth hot wallet again, and we'll come back. Let's actually do that right now. Let's come back here to the unlock protocol. If we have time, we'll go back to the mirror later as far as the content stuff, but let's bring it back. We went on a long tangent there. So unlock protocol, NFT gold ticket, 100, Matic, 88. And this is something I'm gonna show everybody real quick on our Notion space for our DAO Day. This is the page for DAO Day ticket prices. This is something that we agreed. I can't remember what working group it was, but we, for the mini summit, agreed to do 2 tiers of tickets. The first one is the, whatever we call it, the NFT ticket, and that's going to have 1 week of replay access. And then the 88 Matic is going to have the lifetime replay access. And this is still, to be clear, an opportunity that we have and a need to figure out how that we're going to deliver the token gating for the replay access. But right now, again, the focus is getting some of the more important workflows in place, like the ticket where somebody can actually buy a ticket, since this event is right around the corner. So 88 Matic, I don't think that we need to change any of the other knobs. This is a very simple dynamic. Just for everybody's benefit, this unlock protocol does support various Ethereum-based chains, and you can see the options. We like Polygon for a lot of different reasons, one of which is that it's the least expensive and the most compatible key. OpenSea, the aftermarket, and I have no expectations that these NFTs will have aftermarket value, but you never know. People have paid anyway. I'm not even going to talk about what can happen there. So anyway, I'm going to take a screenshot here, and then we will click on submit. And this, it's taken us what, 20 minutes to do 3 little fields here, but that was a lot of rambling in other areas. So. All right, here we go, submit. This is our second ticket here, and I'm pretty sure that we're going to have, and this is one of the things that there is a small, and you can see how small the transaction fee is, and I don't know if this is the only one. I'm gonna go ahead here for the benefit of this transaction getting out the door, increase from a medium to a high cost since it's so cheap anyway, on the L2 chain Polygon here. So let's confirm this. And I don't know if I think that we have to wait for the confirmation here, but so there is our second ticket, and I just saw that pop up here, and I'll share that in the Zoom chat, or actually let me put it in the, right now we still have the live stream going into, and I think I should swing it over. What does everybody else think? Should I swing this chat live stream over to Token Summit DAO?
Let's just keep things as is. We only have a couple more weeks.
Okay, no worries, can do. All right, so there is that transaction from Polygon for the contract. Coming back to unlock, I'm going to refresh the dashboard here. So this is the smart contract that generated for that, and now we have 2 keys, or 2. This is the lock. And in unlock protocol language, this actually came up on the ETH builders. So like one of the things that you can see on the unlock protocol dashboard, and I'll share this here in the Zoom chat as well as in the Discord, so that everybody can have that on the, that's the unlock. And I don't know if anybody's got, I've got a couple keys, and the key is the NFT that gets minted. And that's one of the things that I was actually wanting to do myself here, is mint the very first one. But let's actually get this updated. Now we've got the, and I'm going to take a screenshot of this too, where we've got it. And I don't know if I can make it a little bit smaller where it'll come in with both of them. Yeah, let me do the 90% there so that we can see the one down below. So you can see the one down below here. That's the NFT ticket at 22 Matic, and we've got an unlimited quantity of that. And then we have 100 of the VIP ticket. And that's one of the things where we'll have a lot more experience after we get a win under our belt here for DAO Day coming up on 2/22/22. And then as far as working with some of the other partnered communities as well. So let's
I have
actually
a question, Jason.
Go ahead, Amy. Yes.
For the core team, since we're the one that took the time to promote this, build this and everything, do we have to buy a ticket? It's a question.
That's something that we could actually, what I would advocate, because is if we wanted to create a proposal that we vote on that, that's what I would advocate doing, and then just make that a dynamic, because one of the things that we do have is we do have some Matic, like Retoken has already agreed via this, and I'll actually show that for everybody's benefit here too. I spoke about it earlier, but that's kind of my thoughts, Amy, is if we want to put forward a proposal and using like the budget that we have here, and this is the proposal that I'm talking about, TDP 24 that Retoken voted on here earlier. Well, technically, I guess it was last month in January, and we had strong support here. And this is something that as soon as we have our multi-sig set up in place, that we can do this transfer for Token Summit DAO 2,222 Matic. And this is something that we did just for fun and a strong showing of, and that's one of the things that we actually baked into the pricing. This is actually the, I think it's the bronze tier. And this is one of the things too, that we had a little bit of preliminary conversations as far as maybe the early adopter sponsors, giving them a 50% price point breakpoint for if they commit prior to the June or prior to February DAO Day 2/22. But that's my thoughts, Amy, is if we wanted to create that as a proposal and do that. So if you wanted to work on drafting that proposal, and I'm sure that Mrs. Yonks would love to assist you. She's drafted some, she worked on, did most of the work on getting the Genesis proposal here for Token Summit modified. We're not going to lie, it was mostly copied and pasted from the Retoken. We already talked about that on the previous working group when we finalized the Genesis proposal that we put over here.
And there's a draft on Trello, right? There's a template.
There's a draft on, there should be a draft on Notion for the Genesis proposal, and or you can just go on Snapshot and copy and paste it. Snapshot and Trello both use the same markdown language that will keep the bold formatting and all that the same. You should be able to copy and paste it from Snapshot into Notion. If you can't find it, just do a quick search in Notion.
I think I'm a little confused. What I'm asking is, individually, do we pay for our ticket? Because we're the one who's going to administer the.
Yeah.
Let me answer this, Tyler. So technically, the way that we have created the process, because we're like unlock protocol, we literally just, to modify the 88 Matic for the gold ticket, it would be an arduous process to modify that. So what would make more sense is if we want to create the dynamic, because you want to acquire the ticket where it sits in Amy's crypto wallet, right? Like on your wallet. And so we've already created the lock that exists with that ticket. I personally want the gold ticket for Token Town for the Token Summit event. So we don't have an easy mechanism to say, and actually that might not be completely true, because this is one of the capabilities. Let me actually go there real quick to the dashboard.
So basically, Amy, what he's saying is it's not like a concert or a meeting or whatever where we just put your name on the list and then you just get in. If we're token gating it, you have to have the token in your wallet. If we want to make it reduced cost or free or whatever, then we would need to figure out a way to do that and then create another lock for that. Or the other way that we could do it is to propose a reimbursement from the treasury of saying you pay this and then the treasury pays you back. But again, that's another proposal. So we're just trying to figure out, number one, if it makes sense to do, and number two, the only concern that we had about it was that as the team keeps growing, and we've kind of made a soft decision that anybody that jumps in between now and February 22nd is on the Genesis team. So if we start giving out free tickets to everybody, then we have to incur a cost per person, and it just starts getting pretty pricey and just affects our tokenomics. So before we've had any tickets sold, we just want to make sure that we're not incurring costs for potentially a growing number of people. And that was our only concern about it, was we just want to make sure that we had the money to pay for everything. And we didn't say, oh, we gave out all these free tickets and all of our friends and people that we wanted to get interested, and then this kind of a slippery slope. So that was it. That's the only kind of thought on that.
Well, I think I have a different take on that, but we'll discuss it later, because the way everybody in our team worked hard, and not unless we have Maddox in our wallet already to pay for that, it's a cost for us when we already put the work in.
That's what I'm advocating, Amy, is that we understand that, and instead of like what we're suggesting is that I think the best path forward is to create a proposed.
Let's just take it offline and we'll figure it out later. But Amy, your concerns are absolutely heard and valid, and let's just keep going with the agenda and we'll get that figured out.
And this is a good segue, because like, going back to the dashboard here for Unlock Protocol, like one of the buttons over here is this members button. And again, just to rewind, this is on the token summit.eth wallet. And I don't have enough experience as far as what the different capabilities are as far as an administration standpoint for the Unlock Protocol dashboard. And so clicking here on members, this is something that we can do function, or technically is that we can airdrop keys to a desired recipient. And it does have a few different knobs that can be tuned. So that's as the lock manager, we do have the technical capability of doing, I think, what would be a free airdrop to this event. So that's something that we can explore through conversations that unfold with partnered communities. And the goal right here to kind of bring it back is we want to keep things as simple as possible for DAO Day. And then as we get more experience, and that's one of the reasons that we decided to pare it down to a mini summit, which everybody, I think, was in concurrent agreement that made the most sense on. So I'm just putting that out there as far as we do have this capability of airdropping keys, which is the NFT for this type of an event. So anyway, let's actually do the updating. So one of the other things too is you can see that this has a very generic icon on it. So let's actually go through the very simple process. You just click on this little logo here and you upload a file, and I'm going to just navigate to where I've got the gold ticket. Fortunately, it was right there, easy for me to find. And again, this is a placeholder, and this is something that we'll take not necessarily here tonight, but later on, as far as potentially implementing some better practices for where we want this NFT ticket to sit on the blockchain. And again, that's a more involved conversation and don't want to complicate it, but just putting that out there. So save, and now I sign this where I'm updating the smart contract with our logo or the ticket. So now you can see we've got the gold ticket and we have the basic ticket. So I've already got the WordPress configured for the basic ticket. Now we're actually going to just grab this. And I do want to show over here, because this is actually like one of the things that we're going to have to do, not as much for this event, but for the bigger event. Let me minimize this so that you all can see. So this is, again, the main page that we've got for DAO Day 222 for February the 22nd. And just to keep things consistent, I'm doing this for you here, Blur's Day. Here we go, 2022, there we go. So this table here is a inline database for keeping track of the unlock protocol locks for DAO Day. And this is a pretty cool feature of Notion. And again, we'll learn Notion together. I've got a little bit of a headway. We've been using it at BitDAO and learned quite a bit, as well as using it at OpenDAO. So we're just going to click on the little plus here. And I'm going to actually open this so I can get some copy and paste stuff, because I want most of this to be the same. And it might actually be even easier to just do a duplicate right here for this. And then we can just modify this one to be the second key. And then over here, I think I've still got on the clipboard. Nope, I already had something else. So let me get the other one on my clipboard here. So there's that, and go back into this one, and quantity, we changed the quantity to 100 and the price is 88 for this one. And this is the gold ticket here. And and I think the opportunity of using a relational element here exists, but that's, again, not something that I'm going to go into detail on. And then the where was the yes
contract goes there? Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. So, and this is, again, just a simple table that we can use to keep track of the tickets in an easier to use manner, just for record keeping. Because anyway, yeah. So, and this, I'm hoping, can evolve over time. And one of the things too that we still need to do is some workflow, but let's actually get WordPress updated. And let me see if it's this. So here is, and I'm already logged in over here on WordPress, WordPress My Sites. So this is one of the things that Dax, myself, and Mrs. Yonks were working on a little bit earlier, but we updated our permissions so that we see Token Town, the HOA destroyer, which shows up over here on tokentown.net. That's our homepage, Token Summit right here. And I'll put this URL in the channel for everybody as well. There it is in Zoom. And let's see, somebody else could put it in the YouTube. So coming back here, the WordPress multi-site, we're going to go to Token Town, the HOA destroyer dashboard. And this is a page here. So this is a super basic WordPress installation. I mean, it doesn't get much more out of the box. I think the only thing that we've done that's not out of the box of this is we installed the Divi Builder theme, we installed the Unlock Protocol plugin, and then we enabled WordPress multi-site. And you're seeing a little bit of the basic and literally have no title set for the front page right now. And we're going to go in and edit this, and it's a very basic WordPress layout. And we're going to edit this little guy right here. And this is where we're going to put in the lock address from Notion that we just put in down here. And I'm going to get that back on my clipboard because I think it's gone already again. So we're going to update the lock address and update. So that's all that it was to update the functionality of that. And now I'm actually going to de-elevate my own privileges here on this site because I think that, and let me see here. I'm going to actually bring this off the live stream real quick.
Hey, Jason, while you're doing that, we actually just a minute ago got an email from Big Marker that says they can't produce our event in the timeline. So they would actually really like to produce the June one, but they can't do the February one. They don't have time to build it out because they do everything customized. So it looks like it's going to be happening unless you have a different idea.
No, I mean, that was like going back to the short list of events. I think that was the one that would make more sense.
Okay. Is everybody good with Hopin? We just start building it out now with them.
Yes, please.
All right, cool. Okie doke. Anybody have any objection to that? All right, Hopin it is. I will. I'll get it set up.
So let's update that on Notion real quick. Here is let's go back to that's on the let's see. I should have this page favorited, the event planning guidebook. I'm going to add that as a favorite right now. That's in the determine the tools. So we'll update this to eliminated for Hubelo, and we'll add a status of well. We'll change Hopin here. Let's just open Hopin and change the status to decided. And then I think the opportunity to like move this page over to like one of the other things that where did it go now? All right, down here. So it looks like it's, I don't know if it's a manual sort. Well, I just made it manual. So one of the other things too, and this is a slight tangent, but this is a tool stack page, and this is in the team wiki. And a good portion of this was out of the box, including this tool stack page. But this is an opportunity for us to keep track of some of the tools that we're using, and we're going to minimize the tools conversation here. Getting up to speed on Notion here for this event, I think will be good in and of itself. So coming back to the agenda here, or what we were working on was the updating the lock, and I was actually just going to update the users here for that, where I was going to pull myself off real quick. What else did we have on the agenda here tonight, Tyler?
We want to do the NFTs, the website, the tools. We have everything we need on the website?
Well, when you say everything that we needed, I mean, we've got a very, very basic layout right now. And
well, I guess this is more of a, sorry to interrupt you. This is more of a question for you, Dax, is you have everything that you need so that if ABC DAO signs up tomorrow to be a partner, that we can start issuing tickets? Dax, are you there?
Yeah, I am here. I'm just I got muted. I am just wondering, do we, like, I don't have the content to put in. Like, are we going to just show these 2 tickets, or are we going to do something else?
So I think the goal is to just get like a template that we're comfortable with, and it doesn't have to be something that's first of all functional, and like right now, and this is something, let me actually see if I got this functionality working. So like right now I logged out, and I'm actually wanting to go through the process right now, if you're okay, Tyler, to see if I got this functionality working where I can buy the ticket right now on our live stream.
Sure.
So let's do that. And we're here at tokentown.tokensummit.xyz. One of the things that we did here during the live stream, just to recap, is that we created a new lock here for the gold ticket. And then we made the very basic configuration to the page that everybody's seen right here on the live stream. And I'm going to make sure that I'm on the Polygon network, and I am. So I'm going to log in with Unlock Protocol. And this is what the process looks like for anybody that's not gone through this. So I'm going to connect here with my own wallet. And let's see. Let me refresh this page, go through the process. And this is one of the things, I don't know if I have to remove my account entirely off of there, because I'm already in the system here, or in the WordPress with my wallet. Yeah, let me do that. I've got another window open here. And I'm going to just entirely remove my user from the.
Well,
Go ahead, Tyler.
okay, so what? All right. So while you're doing that in the background, one of the other issues that we needed to figure out was we need to get the multi-sigs finalized. So we had initially asked eSign if he wanted to be on it, and he said that he was just getting really, really busy with some other projects, and he just wasn't sure how much time he'd have between now and Token Summit moving forward to commit to this thing. So a little hesitant to put him on there. He's a great guy. I'm sure we could get a hold of him if we needed to, but I want people that are definitely active and in for this thing. Were we going to do 4 out of 7 or 5 out of 8? So we have a preference on how many, and does everybody know what I'm talking about, multi-sig signing, and is everybody familiar with that? All right, cool.
Oh, yeah, just say 4 out of 7 is fine if we don't have 8. It's a pretty good simple majority.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. And we're not dealing with much money right now. So the biggest thing right now is we're going to get the safe set up. We haven't set up the safe because we didn't have finalization on the signers. As soon as we get that, we'll get that set up, and then we'll get the Matic that Retoken voted on to transfer over in, and then we are the only other reason that we brought up Triple Win Foundation earlier was it's been pretty challenging getting a bank account open. We've gotten turned down by several people that don't want to do business with DAOs, or they don't like the idea of crypto or whatever. So I'm not sure if we're going to need to just do a straight Triple Win Foundation bank account, and then have that use Kraken or some other on ramp to do stuff that we need to pay bills between fiat and crypto.
Did you look at that one service, Tyler, that I linked you up to the other night? Doula or something like that?
I did. So there's a service called Doula, DOOLA.com or .io or .whatever. And they only will take your business if they can do the entire formation. So since we're already formed in Wyoming, we already have a registered agent. Their service and their package is soup to nuts, getting you everything that you need legally, and then opening your bank account. And so I contacted them and I said, hey, we already have a formation. Can we have a bank account, or can you help us get a bank account and make a referral? And they said, no, we have to form you and do all your stuff. That's their package. So I don't know if they are a bank or if they are trying to get all of the legal compliance business, and then they do bank referrals, or I'm not sure what their deal was, but they wouldn't do business with us since we're already formed. They wanted to form us, and we don't need that.
Well, but if we get the other benefits out of it, but that's something that we can. I don't know if, because my thoughts are, is that that's just one extra layer of complexity that is kind of a, if we do crypto only tickets for this first event, I think that we'll be doing fine, and then having the opportunity for fiat for the Token Summit event in 6/22 in June is kind of the thoughts there.
Yeah, no, I think that's fine. If we don't take payments, we just say you have to use Matic. What my concern is if the only two things is if we don't have a business bank account in fiat, we can't pay Hopin or vendors or Zoom or whatever in crypto. So then we'd have to do a reimbursement to us, and then we'd have to down ramp it and then put it out there. It just gets messy. I don't like mixing personal and business books. I want everything to be really clean.
I understand that, but we also have a very narrow window of time to deliver something here, and unfortunately, unless we go down that route with somebody that's a known variable like doula, I don't, because if somebody wants to try to find a place that will open up an account, but we've been having these conversations and we still don't have a solution. So either nobody's really wanted to find the time where we can get an account opened up, or the time that we've spent hasn't yielded anything solid. But I did get my user deleted. Yes, go ahead, Amy.
Can you check CMORG, letter CMORG? I just opened an account there, and they deal with fiat, I think. So
they do, but I didn't see where they had enough infrastructure set up to handle payment processing, because we would need to basically have something to pay somebody that's not set up to receive crypto. And I didn't see, because I did check them out, and I also didn't see where they had the opportunity of opening an account for a business as well. And they do, I think, basic KYC using a phone number. And like right now, we don't have a phone number associated, like a business phone number. I see Blake's got his hand up. I would love to hear some thoughts from Blake.
Yeah, so I don't have a perfect solution, but is there a reason we couldn't have a just a regular bank business card? We don't have an LLC or anything like that yet. Is that correct?
No, we do. It's that banks aren't wanting to open an account for anything related to crypto. So banks are scared, and we've had this conversation like literally with cooperatives that Tyler and I have done business with, multiple lines of business with for several years. And they're like, yeah, we don't want any account associated with any crypto projects.
So the LLC itself has crypto in the name, it looks crypto, or you just tell them what it's for?
Well, so
it has the word DAO in the name, and when you put the business purpose, unless we completely say that we're just educational, we're doing this, the problem is that any basic research will turn up that we're doing things in crypto. So when they're doing their due diligence on us, they'll say, oh, what is Matic? Like, you're doing tickets in Matic, you're doing tickets in crypto. What does that mean? Just turn it down. That's the problem we're running into.
So what if you just set up a generic LLC, say it's research, and there is no crypto about it anyway? You're not going to touch crypto with this bank. The money comes, just have it go through someone, get it deposited into the bank account, and have debit cards that you're using. So the crypto comes, somebody goes and deposits cash, and they get that Matic into their hands. And it's just got to be someone with some cash that's okay with that. I could do it if you needed me to. I deposit cash before I receive Matic, and then you're secure. The cash gets deposited into a bank account. You have debit cards, easy. Just don't mix it.
I think that this is something that we need to kind of take offline because we got some more stuff to get through. But interesting ideas. If you've got some more thoughts, Amy or Blake, either of you, we want to make sure that we're doing everything really transparently. And I want to make sure that there's not anything that a bank is saying oh, well, you were doing something shady, because if they get any sniff that we're trying to get around bank regulation, they'll just shut the account down. That's a pain in the ass. So anyway, good ideas, everybody. And let's keep brainstorming on this. And then Jason, were you able to get done what you need to get done on this thing?
Yeah, I deleted my account off of WordPress here, the one that I had associated with elevated privileges. So my MetaMask account has nothing on that. So it should be a clean slate here. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the process to see if we've got this working for, first we're going to log in with Unlock Protocol in browser wallet, sign the MetaMask request. And now I'm going to buy the gold ticket for DAO Day 2222 coming up on February 22nd. And this will be the very first ticket sold for 88 Matic. And you can see right here, and I do have in this wallet almost 160 Matic. So I've got plenty to cover the transaction costs. So, and you can see right here, and I don't know how well that you can see it, but there's, and I'm going to take a screenshot of this because I don't know if I'm going to use this workflow. And I missed one screenshot, and this is one of the reasons that I like grabbing screenshots. But anyway, 88 Matic, connect your crypto wallet. I'm going to get a screenshot of this, and in browser wallet, and we're going to get the membership with, and this is one of the functionalities that if we had a Stripe account, and this is one of the reasons that Tyler brought up the conversation, that we really need a solid solution. And anyway, I'm going to get the membership with the wallet, and it should bring up the 88 Matic right here, and it's slightly a little bit more to cover the gas fee on this. And let me get that right there, and I'm going to bump this up to a edit the suggested gas fee. I'm going to make this high, and I'm going to change this.
Would Square work with that credit card function?
No, it has to be Stripe.
Okay.
That's the only integration that Unlock Protocol supports, and it's also one of the main integrations for transacting on the internet. So anyway, I'm going to confirm this. This will be the very first token minted here for Token Summit DAO. And here's the transaction. And I will share that with everybody on the chat, and then also do that on our Discord as well. And here is TX record. I'll bring this into the live stream here. TX record for our first sold to me token Summit DAO / token town CO NFT. And there's the transaction, and you can see here ERC 721 token ID. Let me get a screenshot of this too. I might send a tweet out on this here. And this is one of the things that we have some additional opportunity with from a workflow standpoint of increasing what the checkout process works like with Unlock Protocol. I don't know what that is because I haven't done that, but that's, hey Blurs, thanks for hanging out with us as long as you did. Have a good night. So anyway, this is one of the things that we still have a need to improve upon our workflow, since like one of the things that's very different, that's putting more burden on us for this event is facilitating this NFT ticketing event process. So that's all on us, but that I think is going to be some of the secret sauce that really allows Token Summit DAO to grow, especially with the partnered community marketing strategy and collaboration strategy too. So this is what that looks like here on the screenshot, and I'm going to get a screenshot for acquiring that. And one of the things too is that we will be able to see this in my wallet on OpenSea as well. And that's something that I'll show everybody too here in just a minute. So this is the smart contract for, or the token for Token Summit DAO, or for Token Town specifically. Oh, and I don't know. Oh yeah, it went through there. So looking here, like, let me actually go to OpenSea right now. Because this is, again, one of the reasons that we like Polygon. That's one of the main L2 chains that's supported on OpenSea. So just going here to my OpenSea profile, and right here you can see the key in my, right here. I'm going to take a screenshot of this too. And let me see if I can just, there we go. So it's already showing on OpenSea for the NFT that we just minted here for, and I'll show everybody this too, because this is the collection that now exists on OpenSea as well for this. So there will be two collections. There'll be one for the basic ticket and then one for the gold ticket. And I don't think we called it basic, we just called it NFT ticket, and we did call it NFT gold ticket. And there's that one. So the basic functionality that we added to tokensummit.xyz, as you can see, definitely worked there, was able to complete the checkout process. And one of the things that you can still see is that the ticket buy button for the other ticket still shows up. Obviously don't have any need to acquire that ticket, but it is there, and this is something that I wasn't quite sure how that would work. And you can see here that I'm logged in, and we'll, again, the opportunity and the need that we still have is to improve the workflow, because one of the things that you notice there that didn't happen, and this is something that we need to do, is we need to collect the name and the email address. So we need to modify the workflow within, I think the easiest opportunity to do that is in Unlock Protocol. So let's actually go look at what the dashboard looks like for that. Does anybody have any questions? I'm pretty excited. We literally minted our first ticket for Token Summit.
So how does this show up on the back end as a retoken referral, or is that TBD?
Yes. So that all of these tickets, because this is a lock that we created specifically for Token Town, Colorado. So everything that comes in through this dashboard right here, let me refresh this page, because now it looks, so everything that comes in here will be associated on the blockchain. Like this smart contract that we created are the smart contracts, the NFT gold ticket, Token Town CO, and then here. So like if we continue to create the smart contracts here with the Token Summit.eth wallet, and until we get different workflow, that's my current plans, all of these smart contracts that we create will show up here until we transition those using workflow that we haven't created yet to somebody else. So like let me actually refresh this right now, because this will look different, because right here where it says a balance of 0, when I refresh this, it'll show a balance of 88 now. And of course, on the live stream, it would take forever to refresh. Okay, so it did get refreshed, and it does show a balance of 88 Matic. So like one of the other things that needs to be done on this is that we need to update the withdrawal mechanism, like update the beneficiary. And that's something that we'll have to take offline, because I don't know what that looks like. But you can see now here, 1 out of 100 has been sold. And then going over here to the members, this is where we would have the opportunity to have some additional fields. And I don't know here, like where, so like token 1, key holder address, it automatically pulled in the ENS. And then like, I don't know if so it automatically resolves. So I think that we have the opportunity of adding in here like a username field. And that's one of the things that we can do in a configuration standpoint. So that's one of the needs that we have. And anybody that wants to help with that, that's something that we'll take offline and figure out behind the scenes, because we need to get the parameters for this updated, where it takes minimally like the username, I think, is the field that we want to call it, and then the email address, right, Tyler?
Yeah, well, yeah, we need a name. It doesn't have to be your actual name, but we need a name and an email address. And since we decided we're not going to do credit cards at all, like you have to pay with Matic, that's it, and then we'll figure out the rest later.
I think that would be a simpler solution right now. And obtaining Matic, and there might even be an opportunity if we wanted to create a tutorial for somebody on how to easily buy Matic with a credit card. I mean, where that could be a job aid for us or something. But I think that there's probably easy opportunities with as prevalent as Matic is, to have that be done, where, because right now adding the additional complexity of getting a bank account and getting stripe.com set up, I think that that's something that we should put for a roadmap opportunity for Token Summit coming up in June.
Yeah, it might save us some hassles around the exchange rate too, because then we don't have to say, well, it's $49, now it's 55, now it's 75. Or just making a conversion, like a bad conversion of saying, well, 44 or 22 Matic is really like $40, but we're going to charge $70 for a $1 ticket. So yeah.
Well, and that's the benefit of just like, and I don't even know if we should have another, because I mean, we do have, like, looking here, and I'm gonna get this screenshot real quick, because this is the Yonks.eth is the first Token Summit ticket holder. So anyway, what was I wanting to show here? I got distracted with my, oh, right here. So we do have the opportunity of doing, like, if there was some other partnered community that was absolutely persistent on doing either like XDAI or Binance Smart Chain, or even Ethereum. I mean, I would probably say that Polygon and Ethereum, I think the opportunity may be for somebody to do Ethereum, because somebody may want their NFT to be on Ethereum mainnet. Now, the challenge with that is that it makes the gas minting the ticket, like we've got a very low ticket cost price here, but hopefully we won't have a strong desire from any of the partnered communities that we're looking on onboarding here for DAO Day coming up, because that's right around the corner. But at least right now, with where we're sitting, we do have a working model, and we can update very easily as far as like going back here to token.tokensummit.xyz. We absolutely have a working model. You all saw me go through that process here on the live stream as far as acquiring the NFT gold ticket for our first event. So what else? Go ahead, Amy.
Hi, Jason. If I'm referring to the people that are new adopters or early adopters, that I think you need to put a video on how to buy Matic, because I don't even know which.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I think a lot of people
Because I'm
who
at a loss. When I tried to do Polygon and Matic, there's no buy there. You have to transfer it.
Yeah, Amy, that's a
I
great
was
idea.
able to buy. I was able to buy Ethereum with my credit card, but not Matic. So if you could
Yeah,
do a tutorial.
We'll make a video on how to buy Matic. It's a great idea. A lot of people probably don't know how, and I'm gonna be an easy value add.
And there's a possibility that there might be a video already, and I mean, if that's something, and I think the opportunity too for some anyway, we, like I said, we're going to take that offline. But getting back to our agenda here, so like just to kind of recap, we still have some, and let me take a look at our agenda because I want to make sure that we capture this during our next actions and decisions here for the I don't know if I've got it on the rewind. Let me.
Are we going to show Julie's work?
Oh, yeah, we can. And I think that there's actually like one of the needs that we have is creating a bounty board here. And let me, I think I had that open. I'm going to close some of these windows because I'm getting too much window sprawl going on here. So, yep, there's that, again, that ticket that just showed up for DAO Day coming up here. So now we have a ticket that we can also demo whenever we're talking to partnered communities as well. So anyway, what I was wanting to get to was the D work over here. Let me see if I've got it. I've got lots of windows. So this is something where we have a need. This is the board that Julie had where she was doing this. So this is the project. So how, and I don't know if Julie's actually able to speak as far as how she's liking this dwork .xyz. I think it's something that we should absolutely do here. Do we want to do that now, or do we want to look through Julie's work?
If she has already done something, maybe you could just briefly show it.
Yeah, she's, well, first of all, shout out to Julie for doing all of our press kit and marketing material. She's just done tons of work. So Julie, awesome job. Thank you so much for all the great effort there. Yeah, let's pull it up and look at it. Potential alternative to Trello. I don't know if we, again, I want to be sensitive to the kind of tool sprawl, but this was a cool thing. So we should take a look at it.
Well, and to be clear, when we're talking about tool sprawl, I have been loving Notion, and Tyler can attest to that. I've already expressed my concerns based upon what I've seen with Notion as far as doing task management. And I love the simplicity of Trello and that it does task management really well, but it's obviously not Web3 native, and the opportunity of using a Web3 native system specifically for the bounty board. And to be very clear, and I do want to go off on this mini tangent here real quick, because this is something that is worthwhile. So this is the tokenomics here for Token Summit DAO for season 0. And right now we are in week 5 of 2022. So like, we've already migrated away from doing any token drops for working groups here. And this is a need that we have because we haven't created our coordinate yet for this week. And this is something where, and I don't know if we want to do that here with a few remaining minutes, or where I was actually wanting to also show is that we've got 2 million Token Summit DAO. And when you think about the overall percentage of 222 million, which is what we minted here for this project, 2 million is a small number. That's like 1%. And for the whole season of season 0, we've allocated 5% of our token supply. So this is one of the things that we're going to get Coordinate in place so that we can start doing. But I think that we should also get so that we can start playing around with D-Work, create some bounties, because like this is one of the things that I've already relayed to some of the people that have made some early contributions prior to things, and like Julie for all the work that she's been doing for like the creating a fabulous slide pitch deck. And that's, I don't know if I'm going to be able to use that for the Metapod pitch competition, but anyway, how's everybody feeling about firing up an organization for Token Summit DAO here in D-Work right now?
I don't know what that means, but I like it.
I like pronouns too.
So it's a tool that we have a Kanban type of board. So the thing with what we're talking about is providing some type of incentive for doing various, like here, TSD pitch deck. This is one of the things that Julie has been working on, and you can see here that she's got an attachment here of version 5 of the Token Summit DAO pitch deck. So this is the kind of thing where we could potentially create a defined incentive and a bounty where it's like, okay, for creating the pitch deck, that's worth like 20,000 Token Summit ticket or Token Summit tokens, TS DAO tokens. And then this D-Work application would provide the workflow to easily deliver that. And then like just going to the homepage here. So this is the homepage, and I literally signed up. It took a couple minutes where I signed up for D-Work earlier today. So the opportunity of, you know, amplifying our bounties and utilizing this system to attract people into our community for work being done absolutely exists. So when I'm talking about creating a new organization like here, and let me just in a separate tab, just because we're on app.dwork, like this is dework.xyz. So, and you can see they very clearly position themselves as a Web3 native Trello with token payments, credentialing, bounties, and more. So again, the thought right now is I think that we should go ahead and set up a DAO here for Token Summit DAO and begin utilizing this for a bounty board. I was having concerns and reservations that Notion was the right system to do that in anyway.
Question.
Yes.
How closely are you working with Bankless?
Not a lot right now, because there's a few people that are involved at Bankless. Dax is a little bit. I haven't had the bandwidth myself. I do believe that Bankless could be a partnered community for Token Summit. Whether it makes sense for DAO Day coming up here in February, don't know, but I do like Bankless DAO.
That the bounties was reminding me of some of the Bankless grants.
Yeah, and that's just kind of evolving fairly consistent Web3 DAO lingo as far as, you know, having bounties for rewarding various tasks. And like, I think that that's something that we're going to see more of, you know, like here we're talking about Coordinate. And I don't know, have you used Coordinate before, Blake?
I have not. And I guess a follow-up question would be, what provides value to the token at the end of the day?
what provides value to the token is us delivering an absolutely fabulously fun and profitable event, and then doing that and doing that again, and then doing that again. And, you know, like one of the things that I'll go on the record time and time again, as somebody that's involved in the issuance of the token, which we did, we minted our token on a live stream not too long ago. And, you know, here's the smart contract for that. But Tyler and I's understanding of securities regulations, that anybody that's involved in the issuance of a token and also is involved in the establishing of the liquidity for that token is basically creating an unregistered securities. And with our stance on where things are at, I will go on the record and off the record that I will never be involved in the issuance of a token, and also involved in the conversations of establishing liquidity for the token. And to answer your question, until the liquidity is established, the token doesn't have any real world value. Now, that being said, what happens organically over time, that's not up for me to decide. And, you know, I don't know what kinds of conversations or opportunities will unfold, because this is, you know, like we haven't been involved in a long period of time in the issuance of tokens, but we're wanting to structure the compensation within this DAO so that people like the contributing team, because like it's probably a worthwhile conversation, because right now the plans are, because at the end of the day, Coordinate is functionally a spreadsheet or a calculator where the team gets to allocate, it's called gives in that system. And I mean, if we want, we can talk about that, or like it's an important conversation. It's one, I think, that almost warrants more time than we have. I do think that we've got enough time here, like a little over 5 minutes, to go ahead and create the organization for DWork. So Julie wants me to show the pitch deck. So let me go ahead and grab that here off of the Trello card. So we'll come back, Blake, as far as the conversation about Coordinate, because it's for somebody that's not used it, and for me to provide a worthwhile explanation is really outside of the scope of time that we have remaining here. So cool. I'm just, yeah, absolutely. So I'm gonna just save this here on, and I don't even know if I have a viewer for PowerPoint on this computer.
By the way, Blake, if you're interested, we did a working group on retokens on YouTube we did several working groups all about Coordinate. So if you want, you can look at those, and that's probably easiest. And then we can answer any questions you have after that. But
yeah, sure. If you have a specific one I should take a look at, drop me a link.
Yeah, for sure.
And there's probably some better summary videos. Those were more just ones that we were live streaming. So here is and again, this is Tyler's been spending a lot of time working with Julie on this, and most of the efforts on this go to Julie. So thank you, Julie, for all that you've done. So let me just click through this. Go ahead, Tyler.
Basically how this went was I gave Julie a bunch of Rebel, and she turned it into something really pretty and useful. So that's what happened. I kind of barfed on her, and she waved her magic wand, and then we have a working pitch deck. So good job.
So just clicking through the pages here, Token Summit DAO, and I'm not going to read each of these bullet points. And here is a International DAO Day, first event date, 22nd February 2022, event frequency annually in February, June, and October. Price tickets start at 22 Matic with credit card USD purchasing options available. And I think for right now, let's just do, and I would just do 22 Matic, make it super simple, like do a couple bullet points here on the price with the 22 Matic, and then the 88 Matic for the gold ticket, and just leave that a super simple bullet points.
Yeah, that's an easy fix.
And then going to the Token Summit DAO conference, a global audience. We're partnering with some of the largest and most engaged DAOs in the space. And right here, this might be a good opportunity to, as we get some partnered communities online, like just adding a very simple little logo for Retoken in there, just to add a little bit more visual appeal to that would be one of the things. And then if we get some more noteworthy, the opportunity of adding the more noteworthy DAOs is some logos on here. So networking, private backstage networking options for conference attendees, sponsors, and partners. A tokenized community. We provide our social token TS DAO to our sponsors. And I might actually advocate maybe even something simpler to tokenomics, TS DAO tokenomics. And I don't know if we wanted to just put another like a Polygon on here, since we are on the Polygon, and to provide a little additional frame of reference. That's significantly relevant because the Matic that we are transitioning from Retoken into the treasury, the multi-sig, when we get that set up here, is from the Polygon ecosystem DAO grant. So the opportunity of, again, showcasing Polygon and lifting up them and thanking them for supporting Retoken. And now that money is fluidly coming into Token Summit DAO as well. So community of learners, attendees have the option to continue the engaging conversations in our Discord and through various social media outlets. Unlock protocol, attendees can purchase memberships as NFT keys that grant access to content, tickets, and anything else that could be monetized or gated. And again, like I think the opportunity of just putting, maybe simplifying the language and putting Unlock Protocol's logo to add a little bit more visual flair to this. And that's something that really looking forward to strengthening here. And for those that may or may not know, Unlock Protocol also operates their protocol via a DAO. And Tyler, one of the things that Tyler has already worked on is creating a grant for Token Summit. And that's something that we will have some more conversations with. So and here, like one of the things that I would change on this slide is use our hashtag for DAO Day 2/22/22 up here instead of the date, just to really ingrain. I would really like that to kind of be a trending hashtag if we could make that possible. And that's one of the things that I'm a little disappointed that Big Marker couldn't deliver, because I really like their Twitter integration there as well. So sponsorship and partnership information. Sponsor, person or group that rents an expo booth during the Token Summit. And I think that we could clean up, and I'll take that offline here. I'm going to keep on going because we're running out of time on this. And I don't know if we could make this visual like a little bit larger and use some of the different fonts here to kind of capture. And I don't know how much that we'll really need this, as far as, because like now that we have an actual, well, and that might be better. Where do we have the ticket prices up here? And that's one of the things too that we could potentially incorporate on this slide over here, is instead of having the logo here, have the logo in this corner, the lower right corner, be the gold ticket, and then the lower or the lower left be the gold ticket, and the lower right be the basic ticket. I think that would add a little bit more visual appeal for this particular page, even though that it's not a great. And if anybody wants to take a whack at doing a better ticket, just something on there, I think would add a little bit more visual appeal, and then also signify visually when we go through, because I think the opportunity of incorporating some screenshots into that, where people can see that within this pitch deck, as far as like the Unlock Protocol, or maybe even an OpenSea screenshot, because the very real opportunity of some of these tickets ending up on some NFT platform like OpenSea is a real opportunity, especially engaging some of the artists that come out of some of these partnered communities. anyway, fabulous work, Julie. Thank you so much for putting this together. One of the things, just looking at this slide right here, I think that we should make sure that we should signify that very clearly that this is for Token Summit 622 as far as these other ticket levels. But this is looking absolutely fabulous, and great job for putting that together. This is the kind of thing that I loathe doing myself. So you and Tyler, appreciate all that you've done on that. So what else, Tyler, that we have? We're already over the hour, and love being respectful of everybody's time here tonight.
Hi, Jason. I just want to thank JC for Swanding for doing our POAP. It was a beautiful one.
It was. Thank you, Jay-Z, and thank you,
And
Amy.
I will distribute some more. I was just getting a temp check if you all like the POAP. So since you liked it, I'm gonna distribute some more.
Yeah, and one of the opportunities here, and thank you for bringing that up, because we had talked about for this Genesis proposal doing the plugin for gaining a POAP here. So we have the opportunity for everybody that was able to vote on this, and hopefully everybody has voted, that holds Token Summit DAO, because we don't have too much longer. And this is something that I'll follow up with Tyler to try to get as much, because this also sends a really strong signal as well to the community as far as the votes, for people that it's just, again, one more social proof that exists forever on the blockchain. And I believe that we airdropped 16 or maybe 15. So we've got 15 people, and we haven't even had 50% participation on our Genesis proposal. So anybody that's not voted yet, make sure that you do get that done, because we only have a couple more days, like in 2 days. And that's less than 2 days, because we're already after 420 here on the February 2nd. So any final thoughts? I saw that Tyler already dropped off of here. Any final thoughts? This has been a great working group. During tonight's working group, we created a new smart contract, and not only did that, but we added the functionality to our WordPress website. Still a lot of opportunity to put in some additional details, but we demonstrated the partnered community functionality of being able to mint an NFT for DAO Day 222 coming up. Already saw that NFT was available on OpenSea. Well, not available, because I'm not selling it, because that's something I probably will never sell. But the opportunity, we still have so much to do. But and this is one of the things too. We're creating a very inclusive community here with Token Summit. So for people that are interested in working in a DAO, we're literally just getting started, but we're the model with this being an event, a virtual event DAO, and the opportunity to make this a hybrid event platform absolutely exists, because we're two things. We want it to be fun and we want it to be profitable. And I think that we can deliver on both of those. And then let's add a third one. We want fun, profitable, and educational. Maybe educational should be higher than profitability, but if we deliver the fun, people will keep on coming back. I absolutely believe that, because we're all learning together, and that's one of the things that I love about everybody. We do have the opportunity, if everybody wants to hang out, we could go through the process right now of setting up DWork. What are your thoughts, or should we save that for another time?
If you want to go through it right now, that's fine. My next meeting won't be until an hour from now. So I don't know about anybody else. I also want to make mention to you that I was able to get in touch with the owner of the 10K cards. So
okay.
I will back channel you on that and discuss to you what they do have, the airdrop function. That's one thing I want to ask him personally if that is a function that you could use when you go to East Denver. So he said that if the phones of the people in there are open to airdrops, that you will be able to do that. So
Well,
let's take it in the back
thank you.
channel.
Yeah, thank you for following up on that, because Poopster did ping me, you know, and the opportunity, because he was asking about putting something in some hands of people, and Poopster is absolutely fabulous on the biz dev side of making the connections at in-person events. I do good myself, so putting some tools, some fun tools like that, and then the opportunity for, you know, 10K cards to be uniquely positioned in front of a more crypto Web3 native community is another opportunity. I just heard my AirPods ding here real quick, so let me, if we want to do this, and if everybody's good to hang out a few more minutes, we can go ahead and fire up a new bounty board system and see if it makes sense for us to use here. I'm just switching my AirPods here. Give me a minute.
Is the link to Snapshot in Token Summit DAO Discord? Or I have to search for it?
All right, did that somebody say something, see if I got my audio working.
We can hear you.
I know this is strategy. I know you're coming back with reinforcements.
I don't know
cool.
if it's the Snapshot link in our Token Summit Discord.
You can tell me
Even yeah, you can find it, and I actually posted it here and here it is again on the Zoom chat, Amy, for you. You can also get it off of our forum, and this is one of the cool things about the forum, is that it automatically has the integration with the snapshot there, so it makes it easy to find. And so anyway, let's go ahead and get this DWork organization set up here. So again, we're here at dwork.xyz, Web3 native Trello with token payments, credentialing, bounties, and more. Setup DAO takes 1 minute. So let's see how accurate that is. And I'm actually already connected. Let me just go to this other tab and let me see here real quick. I went through the process of, and let me just open the app. We'll do that because I'm already logged in. So I'm going to just click on the create organization here real quick, and we're going to call this Token Summit DAO. Create. Do you want to move your over existing projects and tasks? Don't import projects and tasks. So that's some new workflow that exists. We haven't really done any task management in Notion that we need to incorporate. So that's how easy it was to create the organization there. And this is literally my first time doing this. So let's set up the profile. We'll click add a new profile image. And here's where I've got the logo. Token Summit DAO, tags, socials. And I guess I can get this just off of this forum here real quick. Let me split this window here, because I made an important links forum post over here. I can just grab these off of that like this. Okay. So tagline, I'll put that in later. Here's the website, Twitter, Discord. And it looked like that this had some pretty cool Discord integration as well. I will just grab off of our Notion real quick. Let me see how long the description is. I'll just grab this real quick. I don't know if we really have a tagline. Have we identified a tagline? So a tagline that we really love is Token Town, the HOA destroyer, or for Retoken, the real estate DAO. I don't know if we have a good tagline yet for Token Summit DAO. So let's update the profile here. And I don't know, let's see, create your first tag, virtual events. And then I don't know enough as far as how tags are utilized within DWorks. So let's go ahead and update the profile. And let's see, let's click on the profile here. And I'll close, bring that off screen. So it was pretty simple process as far as the setting up the board. And then like here, we want to create a project. So like right now, the project is DAO Day 222. So let's do that. And we'll just use DAO Day 22222, 5 2s. And let's go ahead and do I'm going to create this, but I want to add the Discord integration here under settings, I would say. So GitHub integration, want to automatically link GitHub branches and make pull requests show up in tasks. Try out the GitHub integration for this project. Payment method. This is where I think that we could set up our wallet, and I don't know if I need to do that in another, like let me actually add in here. So let me go back to the organization. So now we've got a project here. So we created our very first project for Token Summit DAO, the organization. And then what I was wanting to do here is invite a DAO admin, and I'm going to come over here to the Token Summit ETH profile, and this is where the hot wallet sits. So I'm going to connect. I'm going to just connect MetaMask because this doesn't have a Discord account. So you can see at the bottom, accept invite on that link. And this is where I thought that I already did that. Let me. So this is token summit.eth. Save. And I'm going to copy in that link again and see if it does. Okay, so I pasted in the link again. So now token summit.eth is showing up as an admin as well. And the reason that I did that, that's where if we wanted to do any of the bounties here in the near term, this is something, and the goal is to get the tokens into the multi-sig safe. So created the project went through the process of adding a contributor and another admin, and I'll get some additional people added as some admins here, so we can start playing around here with the D-work. Let me see here, going back to, here's the window that I was in. So I'll refresh this, and now we'll have the contributor and the admins. So contributors. So see the owner and the admin. And then like, so tasks, like, I don't know if we want to create a task right now. It'll be curious to see if Julie over here like can move some of these, like this TSD pitch deck from her board over to this organization, so that we can actually create a bounty on that task. I don't want to occupy, we're already 15 minutes over, but yeah, does anybody have any thoughts? I love using new tools. I am very aware of tool sprawl. Did network engineering and professionally for most of this century even. But identify as psychologically unemployable, working in DAOs now. So love the everything that have been learning here the last couple of months in our space.
I voted.
Thank you, Amy. Because the time
I don't know.
was.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say the time was running out. So let's look at the Metaphoro here. So I'm really liking this form tool. So here we go. Amy voted. So now we have 8 votes. So that's absolutely fabulous. I would love to see 100% of our Genesis team vote on this. So that's something that
has JC voted? Schwanding?
I don't know. Jay-Z's still on the call here, and I'm not sure. I'm sure that it got included on the airdrop here. And I need to ping D-Sign too. I know he's busy with everything that he's got going on, but would love to see 100% of our initial token holders vote on this initial proposal. That would be absolutely fabulous. But that's all that I've got, and we got a lot done, but we still have a lot to get done. And the big decision that we made tonight was hopin.com, and that was because Big Marker was concerned about their ability to deliver within the time frame, which is respectable and admirable. And just to provide a little additional perspective for you, Amy, because I know that you asked about how long that one of these things had been in business. Big Marker has actually been in business for 10 years. So they've got a very long track record. One of the things too, and on this page over here, this event planning guidebook, this was the main, like this PDF was where we, in some of our early working group, but put quite a bit of additional on this, determine the tools. And I think I'm going to even just rename this right here to determine the event technology platform, to make it even more clear, because this section is only about determining the event technology platform. We put in some requirements, these questions, and then here's some additional resources. And this article here, 18 virtual event platforms. So depending on how well that we love Hopin for our first event, and this was kind of Capterra, this was one of the decisions, or utilizing this was some of the efforts that we focused on in narrowing down. You can see Hopin, Big Marker, Hubilo, Socio, and then this table that we created. We also talked about Gather.town because that came up, and then Zoom, which we're using right now, but we eliminated them fairly on in this process for facilitating our event for DAO Day coming up here. But before we call it a wrap, any final thoughts before we say good night?
Yes, Jason. I just want to make mention that in some of the rooms that I've been in Clubhouse, there is a group that is doing their own server platform. They have their own server that does the way Hopin would do, and they're doing like a fashion show. So I just want you to know that it's possible later on, once we've built this, that we can have our own.
Yeah, and the opportunity of making, you know, some sort of Web3 native solution, or just bringing in this, because, you know, as we gain access to more and more people, because a lot of the crypto space is built by developers. So once we demonstrate a profitable model, and then we create something that's fun, and you know, if we can do it profitably without reinventing the wheel, but when we're doing so much already, like the event registration process, the opportunity to start just chiseling away as far as making it a more Web3 native experience does absolutely exist. So thank you for putting that out there, because that is, again, is something that could be a profit center for us. But I'm feeling good about the decision that we made here for Hopin, and I still think that there's potentially some opportunity of using Big Marker down the road, but we'll see. We may even get really ambitious and decide to build our own platform. So thanks for putting that out there as a possibility. Love thinking big, as you know.
Okay, good night, everyone.
Good night. Have a good night. We'll be talking more. So much to do. I'm not sure when we'll get our next event scheduled. The big thing coming up here, and I'll end on this thought, is the February the 4th, and I'll just do a quick search here for Metapod. That's the pitch competition. That is, again, the next action date on this is 4 o'clock Mountain Time, 6 Eastern Time. And we'll probably create an event so that people can watch that. Oh, there's also another opportunity here too. I'll take that offline. It's a I think a hop-in event. Well, actually, since I'm talking about it, one of the things that I started creating was this, and I think it was under this wiki section. Events, yes. So let me go to this page here. I talked a little bit about this earlier. So I made this very simple, added by Yonks. Everything else here on this page is out of the box on the template, but I did create this events page and started adding some details with all the research that I have done around events. So like some of these here, some of these resources or stuff that came across from some of these platforms. Like this is some resources from Hubilo, 5 emerging event trends, hybrid events, already mentioned as far as the opportunity of Token Summit DAO becoming a hybrid event, create supercharge. But what I was wanting to show here was this conferences and events table. And this is something that as we're going through, the opportunity of putting on some details here. The one that I was wanting to talk about, and this is one, since we are using Hopin, and this Align Summit, and this is definitely up your wheelhouse here, Amy. Let me share this link with you. This is a free event, and this would be a good opportunity to connect. Let me bring, open up in another window. Let me actually bring in this. So this event is coming up literally in a couple days on February the 7th. So next week early. And this is building the thriving business of the future. And this is definitely relevant to us, although it may not be as crypto centric as we are, but we are definitely doing remote work. I absolutely do consider DAOs to be the future of work. So the opportunity of, getting some firsthand experience by somebody that has some experience and grow remotely. Let's take a look here on their organization. So this is the, and I don't know if it has the past events. So I don't know, this says 2 events. She has an interesting dynamic, she being Sarah Hawley, the CEO and founder of Growmotely. But it's an interesting platform. But more interesting is the opportunity for us to participate in a hop-in event and potentially learn some things, connect with some people, see how an event is facilitated so that we can gain some additional experience on that. So I'll share that with the, and put that on the calendar.
I think it's a good idea to kind of learn from people that's been doing it, I guess. And also I want you to know I signed up for the virtual event on ETH Denver.
Oh, fabulous. So yeah, I would encourage for people that can't participate in that. And it'll be interesting.
Free.
Yeah, and that's one of the things. I'll be interested to hear, Amy, how the ETH Denver executes their virtual event, because like one of the opportunities that we have, and this is just again putting things or opportunities forward. So the opportunity for us to become experts at facilitating hybrid events, because when you think about like ETH Denver, where they're providing the opportunity, and I don't know how the ETH Denver is going to execute their virtual experience, but imagine us that as we get more experience with this, being able to potentially consult with other, events and just position ourselves as experts so that we can help other events like ETH Denver or whatever potentially elevate their game and deliver a better hybrid event experience. So that's one of the things that will be exciting about like us gathering experience on this niche and then doing it well and just, again, learning from people what works well and what doesn't work well. But
yeah,
anyway,
looking forward to learning. So yeah,
I know, and we've been learning so much and looking forward to continuing to learn. And like literally here just a few minutes ago, we created a new tool that looking forward to trying out. I think the timing for trying it out here in Token Summit DAO absolutely makes sense, and it will be fun to see how that we incorporate D-Work. And I'll create an announcement on that. And this is one of the things too, since there are 3, myself included, Blake isn't hanging out with us over at BUIDL, but this is something that I'm going to kick over to BUIDL for the A-Embassy, because I think that this may be a needed solution for some of the stuff that the team over there has been looking at. And we'll give Julie some credits for pushing the envelope and bringing that forward as an opportunity here. And Julie does engage somewhat over there at BUIDL as well.
I have a question on BUIDL. Am I already in, or do I have to go through sets of different hoops again?
We'll have to
I don't know what's going on.
we'll have to take that offline.
Okay.
And that's a interesting conversation as far as all of that stuff. Oh, and I remember Tyler had to hop off for ETH Denver volunteer call, so she's been multitasking besides taking care of the baby here during this 2.5-hour working group right now.
You have an awesome partnership, I tell you.
Well, thank you,
You are
Amy.
precious to each other, and if we had a community, what you call that, when we nominate somebody in Token Summit, you the 3 of you will be the first one.
Well, love that, and we love hanging out with you too on the live stream and getting stuff done and BUIDLing all the things, and looking forward to, again, creating a fun, profitable, and educational event that we can grow and connect and collaborate with the Web3 and DAO ecosystem. But I see food coming here, so this is a good time to say good night, and we'll figure out what our next event is probably just thinking out loud. We'll definitely put something on the calendar for Sunday afternoon. That seems to be a really good time slot for our next working group. One of the things too, Amy, that we have spoke a little bit about that we haven't done yet is some social audio here. And I'm feeling pretty good with where we're at from a website standpoint with us having a functioning ticket delivery mechanism now. I know that there's some other things that we need to get in place here, but we're pretty close to having that. Is we need to do our social audio, like whether it's on a Clubhouse or a Twitter space, but to drum up some additional exposure and just engage. Like
I think that is a good idea. We need to warm up the community, and once we are live, whenever I'm out there, I don't know what words to say. Probably, I hate to promote it, and we're not live yet, but I think we can warm up the community into like letting them know that once we're live, then they can sign in. Or once their community is on board, they can sign in.
I feel good enough about where we're at, where we could, if somebody was like, hey, I want to, how do I get a ticket for this DAO day? I mean, it doesn't have a whole lot of details, but it is absolutely a functioning website where somebody with their Matic could go through and acquire that. And I think filling in some of the gaps as far as like creating a resource for people that don't know how to acquire Matic is definitely something that we can definitely do. But I'm gonna call it good night here. My food is getting cold, and I don't want to eat cold food. So it's been fun hanging out with everybody, and we'll take off the conversation offline, Amy, as far as getting a Twitter space and a Clubhouse scheduled so that we can start.
I had a quick question.
Yeah, absolutely, Blake.
The DAO platform you're looking at there, I'm familiar with Aragon. What was that one that you were using?
This one here, Snapshot.
Is that a DAO platform for distributed governance?
It is, and it's a pure play governance platform. And like to provide a little backstory, like when we created Retoken, and this is the space for Retoken DAO here, and here's the link. When we created Retoken DAO and we set up the snapshot space, Aragon didn't have, wasn't available on Polygon, and the cost was too prohibitive to launch the governance framework. So we decided to use a Lego block dynamic because Aragon is more of like a whole suite of DAO tooling. So we've taken a more nimble approach using Snapshot and then combine that with some other tools. And that's one of the things like that we will continually explore here. I promise you that. And a good example of that is literally launching DWork during the live stream tonight. And like this forum over here for Token Summit DAO, this is literally one that we just created a week or two ago. That's a Web3 native forum. You can sign up there at our Token Summit DAO using your wallet, MetaMask wallet. Yeah, Metaforo. And it has, and you can see here that it has very clean integration. Like whenever I set up Metaforo, it didn't have other options for using DAO governance. Snapshot was the one integration that they had. And that's just because like, and to provide a little additional, like when you go to snapshot.org, and I'll just bounce over here, like right now on Snapshot, there's 4.9K spaces. Whenever we were putting Snapshot in place for Retoken DAO is like 1.23K spaces. So, and that was around June or July. I think we had everything set up, well, probably July or August, because we Retoken DAO participated in the Gitcoin Decentralized Governance Hackathon, which we actually were the grand prize winner of. And Snapshot Labs was one of the components of that hackathon. Then we also won a bounty from the UMA project, and that was for the DAO framework that we created during that DAO governance or the decentralized governance hackathon that we Retoken participate in. And I think a good majority, I'm not sure if all of those are available on Retoken DAO's YouTube channel. I can promise you that it's going to be like eating cardboard watching those replays. And I have zero expectations that anybody watches any of our replays. That's kind of how, but have been surprised because some people have, and could tell some stories another day on that. So, but yeah, snapshot.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah, for sure. And like to provide a little additional perspective, like Token Summit DAO is a subsidiary of 03Win DAO. And this is something that we'll talk more about after we deliver DAO Day. But like here, and this is a worthwhile segue. Looking at the Notion space, and over here on the timeline, to provide a little additional backstory, this is a tweet that I sent out, or this was the first tweet that I sent out for Token Summit DAO back on October 22nd. We obviously haven't been working on Token Summit DAO for that time frame, but this is one that's more relevant. Is this impact investing image here, and this kind of paints a picture. And we were talking a little bit about that at the start here, and we'll have some more conversations. But Triple Win Foundation Token Summit is just one of several DAOs that we're wanting to fall within this Triple Win Foundation ecosystem that we're wanting to build out. One that we'll be talking a lot more about. We've talked about it in the past is Our Home Cooperative. That's where we're wanting to do the cooperative housing NFT and build the cooperative housing protocol. And then over here too is this investment club, I100, and that the I is just short for invest. And the 100 is just a nice round number, because like one of the beliefs that I have is $100, at least here in the US, is a threshold where a lot of people can safely spend without getting buy-in, even from their significant other or their partner. But then it's also a number, and whether it's $100 a week or $100 a month, probably $100 a month is the minimum threshold that we'll want for inviting members into an investment club. But that's one of the things that we're wanting to do on a more local basis, where the purpose of the investment club will be to help the members of that investment club obtain equitable, affordable housing through this cooperative housing dynamic that we're wanting to build that. And then ultimately the goal is to create a more sustainable and scalable mechanism for tokenizing, like single family real estate is the real goal that we're after, and the niche that we're targeting with Retoken DAO.
Cool.
So excited, welcome to Token Summit DAO, where we build, as you can see here, this is a tweet that I sent out in October. BUIDL, all the DAOs, Retoken DAO, Token Town DAO, 03Win DAO, Our Home Co-op, I100 Club, Token Summit DAO. And you can see Token Summit DAO is taking shape now, and building towards DAO Day, and looking forward, because we believe that this will be a great springboard for Token Summit DAO, be a great springboard for anybody wanting to enter the DAO ecosystem, because like the ability through this virtual event, and regardless, I mean, we're not going to call the forward events DAO Day, but the opportunity of it will definitely be a very DAO-centric event. And I don't think that there's any other DAO-centric events in real life or virtual that exist. And that's one of the reasons that we're building this event, is because we really do believe that DAOs are going to be the future of work. And as serial entrepreneurs, I don't ever anticipate doing another business organization that we're the founders of that's not a DAO.
Cool.
But
I know
anyway,
your food might be getting cold. Go.
I know.
I'll
I
back
love
channel
hanging
you
out here
on
with
the
you
10K
all.
card. Yeah,
Th-
I'll back
thanks.
channel you. Okay. Good
Uh,
night.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.